Hey guys, we're back with the hopefully last episode of Wanderbots. Oh, Wanderbots, yes, Shank. I'm really hoping I'm not going to put my foot where my mouth is, or foot in my mouth. Wow, yeah, money where your mouth is, foot in the mouth. Mixing some euphemisms here, but yeah, I really hope I'm not jumping the gun here and proclaiming the end of something that won't end for another couple levels. That would be generally quite unfortunate. Hey, I haven't seen this guy since, like, the city levels. Wow. And nobody goes down fast in this one. I think I need the chainsaw for this bit. Or, wow. I guess the katana really murders people. Maybe I'll have to start using it. I really hate it that you drop the chainsaw, yeah, the chain gun when you drop down from a small ledge. It's not exactly what I would... Wow, that guy is just floating on the right and kind of wiggling. The animation these guys have when they're getting hit by bullets rapidly is really silly. It's like... I can't even explain it properly. I want to say it's like some sort of weird new agey dance move. And, that guy just... Yep. That... Switches from downstate to back up and dying again, and he's slowly turning black from blood loss. Let's give the poor dude a rest. Freaking dogs! Not what I was expecting. Not what I wanted. Why was, Shank shooting up? I guess guns do dogs in the best. And suddenly I just feel very sad. That statement was not a pleasant one. I don't want to talk about shooting dogs. I kind of hate it when they have killable animals in games. And I guess they did a pretty good job of portraying the animals as, like, not particularly friendly ones in this one. But... yeah, if you haven't seen my Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning video, I get a little bit stabby with the chickens, and Michelle did not appreciate. Whoop! Okay, chainsaw time. I can't even see this guy, so I'm really hoping I'm hitting him. Yep, looks like the chainsaw is... Oh, this guy's named Big too. And you dropped some beer for me. How considerate. Alright. Let's chainsaw this guy too. Oh. That's another new skin for me. I guess it's probably for the overuse of the chainsaw. Let's put it on. I really wish I knew how to get the teddy bear one, because that's really the only one I want to see. Because this one, I mean, I guess I really just feel like Jason and or shoot, what's his face from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who's, yeah, Casey Jones, whose name always eludes me, because he's kind of one of those weird side characters that, like, sort of persists. Okay. Well, oh, really? All the way back here? I guess. That dog's name is Atlas. Atlas is one of those names that you really don't hear outside of kind of the video game realm. Like, I've never heard of a man named Atlas, but if I did know a dude named Atlas, he'd have to be kind of, like, beefy and cool looking, because otherwise I'd just be kind of disappointed. But Bioshock, for example, had Atlas. I don't remember what game it is, but, you know, there's the Atlas Corporation, and then here you've got the big dogs named Atlas. And such a good game, it's kind of like, I really wish there were more people named Atlas. I wish there were more people with, like, cool, crazy names you wouldn't normally expect out of a person. There we go. According to Michelle, who's sitting behind me, Atlas was, Atticus. Oh. Yeah, Atticus is a sweet name, too. If you haven't read To Kill a Mockingbird, the father character, who's this more or less badass, you know, speak softly but carry a big stick type characters. Yeah, he's a lawyer that more or less defends this pretty unfortunate guy who's more or less destined to be lynched by an angry mob. If you want your kind of old pre-civil rights / like during civil rights movement type history, the game is yes, the book series is pretty effective at showing kind of that entire part of the human psyche, which is really disturbing. And as much as I liked that book series, it's the book series, yeah, that book, I don't think it's the kind of book I'd ever want to read again, even though it's got so much to go for it. It's just not what I want in life. It's too dark. I think actually a weird tidbit I heard about that a while back is that the only reason why that book even got written was because her friend, more or less, her friend or like somebody else sat her down with a fair amount of money and was to just like, write us a book. And she did, and it turned out to be one of those, I wouldn't quite say great American classics, because it's not your standard fare great American classics, but I don't think anybody will be able to dispute that that is kind of required reading for any person growing up in America at this point. Okay, I guess just the screen change killed that dude. I don't know how Slim didn't hear my beer crashing, but I guess Murderface McGee is ready and raring to go. And I can't do anything here, and okay. It was just cutscene mode. That's some kind of voice. I don't think I would want a voice as deep as that, but, yep. What? Again, the enemies seem to have the crippling inability to deal with being jumped around. I guess this is kind of more of a redux from that first fight with a little bit extra fluff thrown in. But man, this guy should probably lay off the steroids. And for once, he's not a character that skips leg day at the gym. Which, props. Oh. So fun fact, you can actually jump before doing the pounce attack, and you don't actually have... It doesn't quite animation cancel, but you don't have to go through the... Whoops. You don't have to go through the standard... piss. You don't have to go through the standard jump combo, which I probably should have done there, but, my fault. Which lets you aim it a little bit better, because one of my major complaints about the pounce move, which is why I don't use it ever, is it's inaccurate. If you notice, the last time I tried using it, I ended up just kind of jumping at him uselessly and then hugging his kneecap, which looked a little bit stupid and didn't do anything to him, which I'm trying to kill this guy, not give him a hug. He does not look like he's the kind of person that is susceptible to love and friendship. And quite honestly, I don't think I'm a good bringer of love and friendship, considering my ashen complexion, happy face mask, and, well, I guess I just brought some love and compassion to his face, and then brought his face to the rest of the world in small, splatter-sized bits. Yep. Kids? If you're watching this, and you're younger than 10, please stop watching this. This game is maybe a bit much. Who am I kidding? I would have played this when I was young too. And not cared at all. But Fox News would have. And that would have been silly. I guess my parents would have cared too. I didn't really even start getting teen games up until the fact that, up until I was like 14 or 15. But, you know, back in Nintendo era, yes. All eras are Nintendo. It's ubiquitous. But, no, back in the era of N64, pretty much the only, like, major mature game I could think of on that system was Conker's Bad Fur Day. And, like, I'm trying to think of teen and mature rated games that truly deserved.
I think Legend of Zelda may have gotten its own rating.
But, I guess that's one way to kill him. Glad it worked out that way. But yeah, I think Conker's Bad Fur Day was, like, the only game I would truly say deserved a mature rating that I can think of, at least on the N64 platform. Because the rest were, like, bloody, but not... bloody and violent, but not mature, didn't really do a whole lot of sexual stuff, which preferably you don't want to be showing to little kids. But, like, as a little kid, I could definitely deal with, you know, blood and guts and gore and stuff, to some degree or another. I think certain games would bother me a little bit. This one doesn't, just because it's cartoony, but, I'm trying to think of a good, overly gory game, and it's not exactly coming to mind, but there have been a fair amount of games where it's just like, well, I guess not a game, but Django Unchained had this amount of blood, but of course it's not a cartoony game, so you're going to just get, I had issues with that, and I think I was 22 when I watched that. I forget my own age frequently. But ow, he can block a chainsaw with his forearms. I am impressed. Neil, you have, you lift, and you lift probably way too much. But yeah, so I was saying, I think Django Unchained was just a little bit too blood, even for my taste. But I guess when it comes down to it, my personal preference was that movie should have ended when the German guy died, instead of continuing on with the ridiculous gunfight scene and then return. Because that's mostly just because I only really cared about the German character, and Django just seemed kind of weak in comparison. Well, at this point, I'm going to split this episode into two parts, because they're getting a little long since we've gotten to the endgame bits. So, I guess this was not the finale of Shank, but hopefully it will be the next time, and I'm going to say that for the next 4 episodes, aren't I? Well, see you then.